Hey y'all, happy Monday. Okay, so back to the grind. Um, Last time I weighed was Saturday morning. I was 185, whatever. Um, this morning I was 187. Ugh. Totally out of ketosis, you can see the picture. Um, which is fine. Hopefully with the dry fasting, I'll get back into ketosis quicker. Um, yeah, so uh, keto stick, like I say, you can see the picture. Last night, my refeed, as you can see the picture, was a small salad with lettuce, tomato, and avocado with a few pieces of pork belly. I don't know if you're aware of what pork belly is, but basically it's bacon, uncured bacon. So pork belly is bacon, it's just not cured. It gets cut in those big fat chunks and then it's not cured. So yeah, big giant thick slices of uncured bacon. So it's fatty. Um, I like it. I really like it. And since I'm a fat ass and I'm trying to lose weight, I'm sure at this point, Cole would say that wasn't the best refeed. I mean, there was a time when he was eating a pack and a half of bacon with some cucumbers and swearing that was a great refeed, but you know, and for good for weight loss, but whatever. It was what it was. I couldn't eat it all because it is fatty. That pork belly is fatty, so that makes it rich. So for me, I can only speak for myself. For me, um, if something's really fatty, bacon, pork belly, um, it for me it makes it hard for me to eat a lot of it because it's rich. So I didn't eat a lot of that whole, what I think there was 3 pieces there. Um, my dog and I shared 2 of those pieces, and unfortunately, one of the big fat chunks went in the garbage, which is unfortunate. But couldn't eat it. Yeah, so if you remember right, Thursday night when I was feeling bad, I refed with ham. Uh, Saturday, I refed with meatballs. I'm sorry, Friday, I refed with meatballs. Saturday, I refed with shrimp. And then last night was the pork belly. I actually didn't poop until this morning when I was doing my walk. I guess that got things going because after my walk, before I went to the gym, I did poop. So here we go with the poop talk. But yeah, so I kind of looked up the whole digestive system, like when a person eats, what's the normal time it takes from eating to exiting. And I guess the average is anywhere from, after eating, 24 to 48 hours is like the norm. So I thought it was quicker than that, and probably just because of a video I watched of Cole's where he was kind of showing his routine of what he was doing at that time. And he was saying that he can eat, he can do a refeed. And I'm pretty sure he said within an hour or two he's in the bathroom. So I don't know if that's, I mean, I know I can't compare myself to anybody else, especially Cole, because he's opposite of me. He's, you know, his body's lean and clean and mine's fat and dirty. So I can't compare myself to him. And in some of the videos he does say, if you're, as long as you're fat and dirty, so to speak, your digestive system is probably going to be all fucked up. So it's probably not going to be working well. His is probably optimal, you know, because he's in such good shape. So the fact that I eat and then I don't poop for 2 or 3 days, I guess, is because of my body still being overweight, and my digestive system probably is still fucked up. So, but that's fine. I did, you know, ate all that food. I didn't poop till this morning after I walked, which the video of me weighing in was before I walked and pooped. So I don't know if it would have been, you know, a little bit better. But yeah, so the last time I weighed, I was 185, which was Saturday morning. So 2 pounds, and crappy keto stick. It is what it is. So now I move forward. I'm dry fasting with a refeed every night of probably, I was going to say low carb, but probably no carb, you know, just meat. And it's a soft dry fast because I brushed my teeth this morning. You know, I'm washing my hands, and you know, I'm so used to doing my walk, and then as soon as I get in the door from the walk, I don't have water with me when I walk. But as soon as I walk in the door of my apartment, after I walk, I usually guzzle half a bottle of water, you know, because you're so thirsty and tired, and, you know, you've been sucking wind that whole time, so your mouth's all dry and pasty. So, yeah, so that's the first thing I want to do when I get in the door from a walk is guzzle a bunch of water. So that's hard. So since I'm dry fasting soft, what I do is just take cold water and I swish it around in my mouth and spit it out. That helps because after that walk, man, I really want water, but it's just to get that dry feeling out of my mouth. So swishing it and spitting it out, it's fine with me. Yeah. So, did my walk. Everything was great. Went to the gym. This is my 3rd week at the gym, so now I'm doing, because every week, of course, if you go to the gym, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't go to the gym, every week you're supposed to add on sets. I'm doing 10 reps, but this being my 3rd week, I'm now up to 3 sets of 10 reps. So now I'm starting to feel it a little bit more, whereas the first week I was like, ooh, this is easy. And then last week it was like, still, you know, oh, this ain't bad. Today's the first day of the 3rd week where I'm doing 3 sets of 10. So I'm starting to feel it a little bit more, but still loving it, still enjoying it. So I got that done. I will say that, let's see, when was it? Saturday, I refed with the meatballs. No, Friday I refed with the meatballs. Saturday I refed with the shrimp and the butternut squash. I mean, I enjoyed eating the butternut squash. It was nice to have a vegetable. You know, it was really good. I roasted it. It came out really good. I enjoyed it. But I think it may have messed my stomach up because after eating it and then all day yesterday, my stomach was, when I say my stomach was messed up, I mean I have really bad gas. So like yesterday when I did the video, I warned you guys that I'm just gonna tell it like it is, because it's my diary. I have to put everything that happened, and this is what I ate, and after I ate I noticed this is what happened, so maybe I shouldn't eat that anymore, you know. So yeah, so really bad gas. So I might have to stay away from butternut squash because that's the only thing I eat different, because I eat meat all the time, so, and I always eat the same types of meats. So I think it might have been that butternut squash. Okay, so the main topic, I told you guys I was gonna have a topic for y'all today that I was gonna share, and it's probably TMI, but again, I have to have record of it. So today's main topic is hemorrhoids. Oh God. Okay, so I've had hemorrhoids years. I mean, as soon as I had my first kid, you know, I was dealing with hemorrhoids. But, and all my first kid was normal, what I would call normal size. She was 7 pounds 3 ounces. But then after that, my other two were like pretty large babies. My son was 9 pounds 4 ounces, and then my daughter, my youngest, she was 10 pounds 6 ounces. So I've always had hemorrhoids, but luckily for me, they were all internal, which for me, those don't, mine never bothered me. In fact, the only way I knew I had them was because when you go to the doctor, if they want you to do like a stool test or what have you, checking for cancer or what have you, there was always blood in my stool. So they would always want me to do a colonoscopy because they thought something was going on. And so I did a colonoscopy for them, and they're like, oh, you have hemorrhoid. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So from then, I knew I had hemorrhoid, but you know, it never bothered me. It never had pain or anything. No big deal. So, but there's been a handful of times that for whatever reason, I've gotten an external one, and they're a pain in the ass, pun intended, when they appear on the outside. So normally, I mean, there's certain things that I'll do. There's creams you can put on it. There's those little pads, those tuck pads, which are basically just cotton pads with witch hazel on them. You can put those on there, and it's supposed to shrink it up a little bit or whatever. Um, so yeah, so as far as externally, where they really bother you, I've only had that happen a handful of times. And unfortunately, Friday was one of those times. I don't know why. I don't know. Because a lot of times, if you have constipation or diarrhea, and you have internal ones, and then you get, say, a bout of constipation, it might bring the internal one out so that it's now external. The same thing with diarrhea. So, but I didn't have that. I didn't have that. Uh, like I was trying to think. Well, okay, what did I do? What did How did I just all of a sudden now I've got one of my or a hemorrhoid on the external? And I mean, I was thinking about Friday, and like nothing happened. The only thing I could think of, I did a normal walk. I did my normal gym. No, that's not true. I didn't do my normal gym stuff on Friday because when we got to the gym, my friend was like, "Oh, look, there's a yoga class getting ready to start. We should try it." So I'm like, "Okay, I'll try it with you." And which meant it's an hour-long class, so I wasn't going to do the yoga and then do my normal gym stuff because that normally takes me an hour as well. So I didn't want to be in the gym for 2 hours. So I just said, all right, we'll do the yoga, give it a try and see. So we did. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but that was the only thing I did out of the norm on Friday. Didn't really notice anything until Friday evening, and then I was like, something's not right, something's bothering me. After careful examination, I was like, oh man. So I had an external one. So I immediately started putting the cream on it and those tucks, because they say another good thing for them to help shrink them up is cold. So like you can put like a ice pack or whatever. So what I decided to do, because I'm thinking, okay, how do you do that? Like you just shove an ice pack up your ass crack? I don't know. I don't know. That didn't make no sense to me. So what I did was I took those Tux pads and I took a couple of them and I put them in a baggie and and put them in the freezer and let them get basically frozen. And then would put the pad on the hemorrhoid, and which felt great, because a hemorrhoid, if you've never had one, it's itchy, it's painful, because it's on the outside and it's in between your butt cheeks, so it's uncomfortable. For me, I like to look at the small blessings, and if I have to have a hemorrhoid, that sucks, but for me, it unless I'm sitting for a long period of time, and it's on my left side, so as long as I lean to the right, it doesn't give me too much trouble. But I have to stay on top of it. I'm constantly going in the bathroom and redoing my routine to make sure I take real good care of it, because according to what I read, it could take 7 to 10 days for it to go away. And like I say, I have had it come externally in the past. I just don't remember. It hardly ever happens, so I can't really remember back to what happened and what did I do and how long did it take for it to go away and all that. So, but I am trying to stay on top of it because it's no fun, no bueno. So I'm dealing with that. Like I say, I'm grateful for the little blessings, which you know how I feel about my walk. So when I saw I had that, I was like, oh crap, I hope that doesn't like prevent me from getting my walk in, the gym in, because I know just walking around my apartment and doing my thing and cleaning the apartment and stuff, it wasn't bothering me. But I was wondering, okay, there's a big difference between doing that and a 5 mile walk in the morning. So I was worried how, if I'd be able to get through the 5 mile walk without it causing too much pain. And it was fine. I mean, I could feel that there was something there, but it wasn't like to where I was like, okay, I can't do this. So I still got the walk done. Um, it's an annoying thing to have because, and again, this is another small blessing, is that for me, when I got sick with the fibromyalgia that I talk about, that I have fibromyalgia, one of the things that came along with fibromyalgia, unfortunately, was IBS. Um, for those of you that don't know what that is irritable bowel syndrome. So, and that's common when you have fibromyalgia. But you could either have IBS-D, which is irritable bowel syndrome with diarrhea, or you could have IBS-C, which is irritable bowel syndrome with constipation. Thank the good Lord, this is the only time I've ever said I'm thankful for having the IBS-D, because having a hemorrhoid and then, being constipated or whatever, oh, that would not be good. So I am grateful that I have the IBS-D. Because anytime you go to the bathroom, even with the IBS-D, any kind of pressure, pushing, or whatever that you're doing down there is annoying, irritating that hemorrhoid. So I'm glad I'm back. Well, see, if I was snake juice fasting, and if I was smart, maybe I would say, hey, I'm just going to do snake juice, because it'll give that time to heal and not flare up. But if I'm eating a meal every night, then what goes in must come out. But again, I'm hoping, because I don't poop every day. So hopefully I poop today. Maybe I won't be pooping again until maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday. But anywho, that's what I'm dealing with now. Luckily, it looks like it's not going to be a stumbling block for me. And I just have to stay on top of it. And I by no means think that I'm the only one, or that's a rare thing. I know lots of people, especially women who've had children, have to deal with hemorrhoids. So that's why I wanted to talk about it. Not sure how I got it. I don't know if some of those yoga poses. I don't know. I really don't know why all of a sudden that happened to me. But it is what it is. I'm dealing with it. Hopefully it goes away fairly soon, because it's not fun. Yeah. So now I'm at a really long video where we talked about hemorrhoids. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. This is a good example of what I was talking about yesterday, that I want to start talking about everything. you know, if it's part of the journey. And this is part of the journey. It's part of my journey. It's happened. Don't know why it happened, but it did. So now I just have to deal with it, and hopefully you guys pray for me that it goes away soon. Oh my God. Okay. So anyways, let me go ahead and end this, and let's see where I'm at in the morning, since I'm dry fasting and I had a good poop. Maybe I'll be down a couple of pounds in the morning. Refeed tonight is 2 pork chops. So I'm interested to see how this week goes with dry fasting all day and then small refeed at night. Interesting. Can't wait to see how it goes. All right, you guys, let me get out of here. Keep fasting, stay strong, hang tough, keep snaking. See you guys tomorrow. Bye now.